Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Two Exiles, One Portal. I am Mr. Coffee, joined by Casper, as always. What's up, bro?
Hey man, what's up? What's up?
Been a minute. Life's been lifing.
Life has indeed been lifing. I think it's been several weeks before our last episode.
Yeah.
I blame Jonathan. I blame everything on Jonathan. Because of several reasons. But I guess I should give all this disclaimer now for anyone tuning in. This has a strong possibility for this episode to go hate mode. This is about an 80% chance. Not eight. It's not 100. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna try my best. But yeah, that's your disclaimer. So if you don't want to hear a hate episode, just be like, all right, I'm just not gonna listen to this one. So
I'll be probably, well, unless we start talking about PoE 2, I'll be probably glazing a little bit. So I'll,
okay,
I'll be balancing some of it out.
okay. Well, we are gonna start off with Path 2
Oh, shit. All right. Here we go.
because that's where it all starts from, right? So
I
we
suppose,
come
yeah.
off a high of 333. What is it? 326. Yeah,
Oh, I have no fucking clue, bro. Just this league.
326. What was the league called? I don't even remember. What?
Mercenaries of Charthus?
Oh, Mercenary Tarts. The Tortoise. Oh, yeah, whatever. Tartus.
I think that's it.
Yeah. Mercury.
No,
Um,
Secrets of the Atlas.
no.
Yeah, that's what we're on now. Secrets of the Atlas. Wait, that's what it says on the fucking thingy on the main
You
page.
might be right. You might be right. I'm going
Yeah,
back
Secrets
into.
of the Atlas.
Okay. All right. And
This
that
is Mercenaries League, but that's just I think the colloquial, the
Sota.
colloquial.
Sota League.
This right here is going to be the hardest word I will ever fucking say, and I always want to use it. I just can't get it out of my mouth, and I
Colloquial?
am sorry. Colloquially. Colloquially, to me that is one of the most awkward words to say, but it's one that I find the need of often, and I always end up sitting there just like colloquially. It's just-
Never get an opportunity to say that word. A word that would suck. That would suck. Like
I'm it's
I need
just
to have a conversation with intelligent people.
it's just you know a colloquial metaphor, and saying like colloquially accepted is really hard for my mouth is, yeah, but yeah, good, sorry.
So yeah, so Soda, which introduced a whole new expansion, new endgame bosses, Zana's back. It was like we were riding a high. Um, which also introduced Mercs. It was
Which are
like,
boss, by the way.
which is just fucking just insane. Like they first started off like really over tweaked. Then they did a lot of tweaking to them. They brought them down. They brought them to a really good manager's space. They were still slapping. They were still slapping, somewhat.
Honestly, okay, so here's a small thing that I have to bring up because you brought up that point. I understand now. I understand now. I understand why they had to be so strong. I really, really do. Because Mercs are broken, bro. They're so good. Especially when you start adding the possible, like, the different combinations of unique gear, and then in combination of your gear, dude, they're ridiculously complex. And holy shit, the actual level of power that they hold for us was is actually just unquantifiable. They
I,
I just ridiculous.
no, I agree. I think their utility was
Insane.
I was gonna say unparalleled because I was comparing them to AGs, but
Oh yeah,
the
100%
fact
better than
that you
AG, but
can
you
the fact
still
that you
have an
can
AG.
stack and also have an AG has brought the, and I think what Mark said something along this line of, you now have added two additional layers of support if you really want to play a support character in Path of Exile.
Yeah.
Like, your versatility of support has literally just I was four supports in one, and I did not feel like I struggled to get it to that point. I had a mini curse bot. I had a uh the fully equipped AG with Kingmaker and all that jazz. I had two specters. I had all the 13 auras,
Yep.
and
14.
and then I still wasn't even fully min maxed
Oh
at
yeah,
that
you were
point.
far from it.
I
You were
wasn't even fully,
far.
but it was enough to really do most of the content already. So
Oh yeah,
it was
most.
pretty insane of that, the fact that you could reach that level of support. And don't get me wrong, my build was not cheap. I was not at a point where I was like, oh, I only spent 10 devs. No, I at that point, I think my build went way well past 100 devs.
And
Um,
there is another layer.
oh yeah,
So
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
the
No,
thing
trust me.
is that I noticed playing with this other set of gents that I did for a little while is that the level of willing to put time into the juicing aspect
Which we
is
struggled.
which is actually the thing that makes us first of all different. Um that's why our money gain is never as high,
Hmm.
and why like a few hundred divs seems to be like the top of like our range for a league throughout the time period that we play. Meanwhile, while these dudes, I was making what 900 to 1,000 div in 2 or 3 days. Like,
I mean, that's always something that we struggled in. We've always
yeah,
struggled in how to juice, how to bring it, like how to get to that point where we're no longer making one or two divs, if any, a map and go into that next threshold. Even though we sometimes have the build, sometimes we have, like, we're at that point, but it's that invisible ceiling has always kind of eluded us a little bit.
and now I at least know what I need to do. It was literally the fact that, you know how like when we're like, so say like you need a helm and you're learning how to craft your helm, and you go and you sit there and you learn about all the fucking mod weightings and what those actually do, and you kind of get into it. Like, it's literally just the refusal for me to do that, because I wanted to be like, juicing maps can't be that fucking hard, and it has an abyssal layer just like every other part of Path. There's a layer
Did you
down
literally
there.
mean abyssal, or did you mean like you
Oh,
used the
I
word
mean,
abyssal, like the league
sorry,
content? I wasn't sure if you
no,
meant
no,
that
no.
or
I mean like the actual meaning of the word, like an abyss.
oh,
It's
never
so
ending.
in depth. Like, for instance, like I remember with us, right? We're usually trying to hit like 200% quant, and then we were running 16.5s. We're trying to hit like another 200% there with currency. Bro, we were rolling maps for like 900 total currency fucking things that are ridiculously hard, that like like if one of us was dying, the rest of the map isn't complete. Like, that kind of difficulty. And how much money we were spending per fucking map, dude. I rolled like we rolled like 4,000 chaos on 10 maps. Like, it's just the willingness to sit there for a couple hours and fucking and spam click chaos until you get something fucking crazy, and then just gathering those maps up and then just being like, all right, here we go. The maps we were running that we consider juice were fucking baby maps in comparison.
Okay.
Like, it's
And these were
actually
T15s, T16s, or 16.5s.
16.5s.
Okay.
16.5s.
So they had all those fucked up mods too.
Yes. And literally, they instead of being like, "Oh, this is no good," you literally just they were making changes in their build to accommodate. So, for instance, like when you have meteors, fucking all right, everybody take flasks off. You know that kind of shit. Like, and having builds that are strong enough to be able to like deal with one or two pieces of your build just not functioning. How specific some of our builds were is another doom point. Like, oh my god, bro. And then they're rolling with the part of it because, like, I was sitting there at the end of it, right? Like, if you guys are willing to roll like 4,000 chaos per map, why not 6,000? And if you guys are rolling 6,000, then why not use a regex? And it turns out, because of the strategy that we're using with the risk scarabs, because we're adding so many mods to the map after the fact, we have no idea what the fuck we'll get. So we literally can't make a map safe. The only thing you can do is be able to just adapt to the map. This level was so fun to play on, yet I can't see anything on the screen. My fucking PC was going down to 1 to 5 frames per second. Like,
Because you got a full
yeah,
you had a full group as well, right?
yeah, full group, yeah.
I would imagine that
Like,
would that
so,
added a certain level
and
of
we're all rolling mercs. Some people are using
oof.
headhunter mercs. Like, bro, oh my god, my PC was screaming. My PC was screaming, bro. And I put on at least another 100 hours of that fucking of just screaming fucking maps. These maps are crazy. They're crazy. It's so cool.
So
Like,
is there a middle ground between spending 4,000
well, there has to
chaos?
be spending 2,000 chaos per map. But it's just one of those things where it's the same way that like the difference between like a piece of gear that you made that is really good for your build versus a mirror tier item. There's directionality and intent behind everything.
Mm.
So
So
that's the difference.
I guess this gives me an idea for a episode before launch, league launch, is that, and if you want us to make something like this, depending on where you are currently struggling in your late game, whether it's getting to maps, getting to red maps, getting to yellow maps, like let us know what part of the end game. Oh, it's a campaign. Are you struggling in the campaign mode? Like, is it that to
Because if you're struggling campaign, we have a billion tips to give you to get you out of campaign.
right? Let us like if you listen to this and you're saying something about them. I wish these motherfuckers would speak about this and that and the third. Let us know, and we'll make a small episode covering on this thing. Because I'm of the mindset of like I'm only worried about what I'm worried about. Like in at league after league after league, we always struggle at that point where our characters are like 70% of the way, and all of we need so much currency to get it past that 70%. Where I like most of my shit is costing 50, 60, 80 divs a pop. I need a mage blood. I need all this stuff, and it's just like it's not feasible for me to save 10 divs if I need 150 divs. Like I'd rather just invest the 10 divs and say let's just run higher content and all to be able to. But we don't ever know what the fuck to do. So that's where I'm currently at as far as trying to learn, trying to figure out how to trust best. But I also recognize the fact that a lot of our listeners may not be at that level. So doing a whole episode on that might not necessarily be informative to all of our listeners. So let us know where you currently struggling, where would you kind of want to improve on, what kind of where you would want some more tips, and we can do like a little episode kind of running through it, give you some tips, and then and just right before league launch. This is the perfect time. This is the perfect time to do this.
Yes.
And have these conversations. So, anything you want us to cover, and then feel free to let us know. If I don't see nothing, we're just gonna chill until league launch, and then just go ham. That's pretty much
Like,
it. This is what this podcast is
I
about.
I'm going to be putting a lot more intent behind my build this time. Uh, I think I have the recipe not to go like super gangbusters, but to go fucking hard next league.
You're gonna go Sparker,
I will
because
be
that's what you turned
going.
into, right? You turned to Kinetic Blast.
No, yeah, kinetic blast. So I don't know. I need to put some thought into it because I could go Kinetic Blast again because it was the particular version I was going is basically capable of doing all content, especially when I have an Aurabot with me to cover some minor breakpoints when I don't have Headhunter stacks. Um, but that's the other thing. I'm gonna need to like put again directionality into farming a Headhunter. You know, there's just stuff that needs to get done for that, and I'm
It
curious
it
with how I'm gonna
warms my
start.
heart.
Say again.
It warms my heart to hear you say that.
Did I need to farm out a Headhunter?
Hmm.
Oh, why?
Well, I've always been a proponent of the Headhunter versus Mage Bullet.
For certain things, Headhunter is just better. For instance, like with Kinetic Blast, it's just better. I'm killing so many things, bro. I end up with like 48 to
I
51 Headhunter buffs at the
I
end.
I've
Like
never I understand why Mage Bullet is better, right? I understand that,
for some things, yeah.
but I'm such a huge fan of the Headhunter. I'm such a like the power creep potentiality of a Headhunter for me has always been fascinating. Um, so I've never been a full Mage Blood like fan. I've always been like, okay, I see it, I see it. It's like, but I still like mine. I still like Headhunter. And we've always had that conversation. We've always had like that little mini argument of like, for Headhunter versus Mage Blood. So the fact that you would even like say that now, like, oh yeah, yeah. And not saying that you won't need eventually need a Mage Blood, but like that to be your goal of like, oh, you gotta get a hunter. That's why it warms my heart. I'm like, ah, yeah,
Well, you
yeah,
saw the kind of Headhunter that I ended up with this league, right?
yeah, 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 yeah. It was
I'm
corrupted
gonna,
with the fucking the other mods.
yep, triple implicit. And they were triple great mods. I could easily right now get on and sell that Headhunter for a mirror. Like super good Headhunter. I'm going to need to delete so many Headhunters, bro. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm gonna have to do it. And it's just like I'm. I wouldn't mind farming out the apothecaries, but especially now that I'm more understanding with how to do it. I now know not necessarily how to guarantee us apothecaries, but really stack the mods in our favor to get them at least every few maps. So,
Can't
like,
say
you
I'm
know,
a I can't say I'm a fan of hearing that, and the reason I say that is because the apothecaries are headhunters or for some reason I'm
those
thinking head.
are mage.
Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm like apothecaries. The reason I say that is because there's a little bit of trauma there, I guess, and a little bit because I feel like every other
That
league or every
league.
league is like, oh, we're gonna farm our apothecaries, and then it always feels like we start fucking farming defiled cathedral, and it's just like you get bogged down in that goddamn map.
Believe it or not, nameless seer a lot more common these days. I did not run 15 maps without seeing him.
That's probably because you
Getting
was
being,
farming the extra percentage of area and
but
all that shit.
no, even with like my maps, I
Uh,
was getting nameless seer all over the place. I'm pretty sure they buffed his chance. Scrying to another thing, as long as the chance doesn't go down, is going to be easier than ever.
okay.
So I will start pretty early, starting to like. That's probably after I complete my atlas is going to be the first thing I start doing is just hard farming cathedral so I can get the whatever the fuck the seer and then scry the map onto Jungle Valley.
If so far you're listening so far, please drop a thanks, thumbs up or thumbs down, or give a comment or whatever. Subscribe or follow or
Press a
press
button.
a button. Yes, yes. Uh, it's funny because we started at Path 2, then somehow we made a pivot to Path 1.
Because talking about happy things is always better than talking about
Yes,
the things
yes,
that make people angry.
yes.
Fuck, bro. I don't
Um,
even want to get to path
so
2.
that's where we started from, right?
Right.
Banger of a league. Then they announced the third edict, Path 2. And instantly, which again, I don't blame you, you said, nah, fuck that, I'm out. You didn't even watch the trailer. You just like, fuck that, I'm out. So I felt responsible to sit there and be like, all right, someone has to play this. Someone has to at least give this a valid try, even if it feels like grinding your nuts through a goddamn meat grinder. Like, someone has to do this. So I said, all right.
Know that I appreciate that you took that responsibility because I wasn't gonna do it. You know what's fucking hilarious to me? If they had just given me my portal effects, I would have done it. I would have ground through another fucking character. But no, don't give me the MTX that I pay for and think that I want to play a game that you told me my MTX are valid for and don't. And see how often I play your shit and how jaded I am starting. First thing I do when I got out of the goddamn game was look at my portal effects.
I'm gonna get to that point. I'm gonna get to that. I'm gonna get to that. So started a new character, then Merc, a mercenary, and tried out all the new little features. It took me a little bit to even realize what they were, the running and all that stuff. And instantly, it wasn't even like, oh, an hour in, 2 hours in. Instantly, it felt like he was just grinding in me. It just felt excruciating. It just felt, and I was trying to be very positive, and even though you and Alex was like not fucking being helpful in this matter, like both of you just griefing the fuck out of me, and I'm just trying to stay positive because I'm just trying to get to the map. I'm just trying to get to maps. I just want to get to maps. I'm just trying to get through this shit. I'm just trying to get through it. Stay positive, stay positive. Like I was just trying to coach myself through this bullshit. And like the campaign wasn't as bad with Sprint. It wasn't as bad. However, and this is gonna sound crazy, Sprint highlights the problem that Path 2 has. The only example I have is imagine when you have a zit, and the solution to the zit is say, you know what, I'm gonna draw a circle around it, and you expect people not to notice the zit. That's what Sprint does.
It reminds you that there's no movement skills in the game.
Yes, it reminds you there's no movement spells. One, two, it reminds you how fucking huge these fucking maps are and how fucking empty they feel. Now, granted, they're not as empty as last Epoch. I'll give them that. They're not as empty as last Epoch. But these maps do not need to be these big. Wait, I said that. My head brain, this, my brain melted.
You turned into Caesar Milan.
They don't need to be these. I'm doing it again. They don't need to be that big, right? Either make a separate, you know, in Act 3 is for some reason the act where they made every map huge. The map where you have to open up the dam, like it took me an hour and a half just to get to that map. Even though I'm running, even though I was clapping, bro, my damage was off the rocker. I only had to one tap every group of mobs to get through them. I did not struggle whatsoever, and it still took me an hour and a half just to running through the little goddamn puzzles and going up and down, up and down, up and down. Start button, pausing, fucking amazing. Asynchronous trading.
Hold up.
What?
Guess what? The pause button is in Path 1 now. So
Well, but I have to give Path 2 as its Origin Source. We have to give credit where credit is due, right?
But I did
I
that when
don't
it
think the
came when
innovation would have happened without them taking as much risk in Path 2. So we have to give them
no, but
that.
I gave them that credit the first time
Okay,
because
you
that's
did. Yeah,
something that's
okay,
kind of
fair
been in
enough.
the game. I was like,
Yeah.
nah, being able to pause, wonderful. I
Um,
love that. That's amazing.
yeah. The asynchronous trading, although there needs to be some quality of life improvements to it, amazing. Amazing.
Yeah,
It's
I can imagine.
again, quality of improvement needs to be there. Please do not make me please do not make us buy stash tabs for the fucking thing. So far that you can convert your current ones to that, and then it's a weird way of doing it. But
I'm gonna have to convert my tabs to fucking. Uh,
it's some weird system right now. They need to improve it. They need to improve it. But it's I think the underlining intention is that you buy stash tabs for your vendor, which
uh,
again, they need to work on that. They need to figure that out. Right now, I'm forgiving them because it's still early, and with just one stash tab, the one that they
or
give
just make
you,
it viable by gold.
yeah, that's a good point.
Make those the only stash tabs that you can get by gold.
Or
Uh,
make one or
but you
two of
have to
them,
have the normal stash tab to sell it because the on that's the only way you can do trade right now anyways by buying one of the stash tabs.
or make.
But once you buy it, you unlock the ability to just pay for auction ones with gold.
I would say even go as far as making one or two of them available as quest rewards.
That'd be cool.
I mean, like you know what I mean, like not everything has to be behind a paywall. I mean,
Yeah, but I understand that they need to make money.
I do
You
too.
know,
I understand. No, I
it's
fully
like
understand. But again, this is not something. This is not a new feature. Bear with me on that statement. Bear with me. This is not a new feature. This is them fixing a broken feature. You've never had in-game
I don't
trading. You've relied on a web page to do your trading.
think that I want to look at it that way. To
Okay.
be completely honest,
All right. Fair enough. Fair
and
enough.
simply because it might not have been a good idea before. Today we live in a time where video games kind of fucking moved in a certain direction, and them finally relenting, that's one thing. But I don't know if this would have been a good idea before then.
Using
I don't
the
know if it's
asynchronous
or not.
trading has made trading not painful.
Yeah, but before it also promoted more people being online more often.
But it doesn't punish you for being offline.
Well, now, no, now I understand. No, that's what I'm saying. I understand now, but
Yeah.
but now it was one of those things where it rewarded being online, which I understand, especially before. Like, dude, we've been seeing numbers in Path that we've never seen.
True. I think those numbers would remain stable, especially during
Now I
release.
think they will. Now I think they will. But
Um,
before those numbers were getting really good, I don't know about that. I feel that keeping more into the game alive and making it feel like a live online
I think the
economy is good.
marketplace will be a little more what's the word I'm looking for? Will be a little
I
more
fear that
abundant.
it's going to faint. I feel like it's going to be very easy for things to go out of control in price because that's what I've been noticing. Like
Well,
this
you still
league.
have to update the prices because let's say if I put something that's worth in day one, this is worth one div. Well, we know that that's not gonna stay one div. It's gonna be worth less as it goes on because it becomes less
Right.
rare. It's if I log off and I don't come back, that item stays there for as one div, and that will offset the market. I don't know right now as far as quality of life, how are they planning on tackling stuff like that? Like when someone hasn't been online for 30 days,
I'm
how
thinking more of just like when with currency itself, not necessarily with items. I think things will end up like things will just end up getting more expensive because that's what I noticed this league. A lot of things were way more expensive in chaos or in divs than they were last league, or the prices of certain shit was crashing, and it's just because it's easier to make money by just being on by setting up your auction house in a good way, or because like people were setting up
You so you noticed
their
that
merchant.
in Path One?
I noticed that like price fluctuations for things that normally stayed expensive longer was really crazy.
Hmm, interesting.
Like it was especially things that like you'd want, like, right, so for instance like Mage Blood and Headhunter, because so many people went to start farming them, you saw the price on them crash real hard. You Because no one was farming like Nimis, the price of Nimis went up like fucking ridiculous. Getting an uncorrupted Nimis was fucking pulling teeth. As a matter of fact, it was so much like pulling teeth. I ended up just buying a fucking foil one because the price difference wasn't even there. Like it's just
Hmm.
it's interesting. It's interesting. Certain other things are just like crazy expensive. Like, it's just weird. I don't know. I felt like the market was weird this league. But I don't know if that's because of other circumstances. So,
Okay. So again, asynchronous was great. In the sprinting, again, highlight the underlying problem of Path 2. And then I finally get to maps after like 36 hours, 32 hours of campaigning, which again, why does it take so long? Even with the extra act, it still felt like it was taking forever to do it. Um, the next, the bosses of the Act 4 as a whole, it felt good. It felt fine. It felt the story was solid. Um, the flow of the act felt a little better than Act 3. Act 3 is a problem. Act 3 is a fucking problem. Act 3 is a fucking problem. I don't know what the fuck how they gonna fix it, but Act 3 they need to do something with that act. That act is just excruciating. Um, Maybe they divide into two, like divide that act into two smaller ones. I don't know, but that shit is just fucking excruciating. But I'm trying to keep it. I'm trying to keep it objective here. Act and then the mini act after 5 didn't feel long, but it felt a little bit like I think one of the bosses in that act was just like, "All right, guys, you guys are doing a little too much with these phases." This one boss had like 5 phases,
I'm
and
not
if you
a
died,
fan
you would
of,
start all over again.
yeah.
Like, bro, and it's like what I was explaining to Alex is like this is like you're playing Souls. Like the level of hardcore, you're no longer playing an ARPG. You're playing Souls, like a top-down 2D Souls game. Because like the amount of dodging you have to do, the amount of like reading telegraphing and like oh this is not my final form. Oh, and I have one more. Like okay, can we like
Chill.
this is not a pinnacle boss. This is just a story boss. Like
This is
why is
what
he
I'm
so
well,
juiced?
maybe they're trying to go from like, you know, the campaign is like the tutorial to the campaign is also like the game.
Maybe, but
I'm
um,
not a fan of it, but I'm not gonna.
I don't know. I'm perfectly fine with a story boss filling the role as a story boss and let the pinnacle bosses be pinnacle bosses, right? Like everything has its own lane. Like let's not pretend like we can't make a story boss into a pinnacle boss later. Like we could do that. Like, but why is this guy so hard? Why does this guy have 5 phases? What if he ever becomes a pinnacle boss? Is he gonna be have 8 phases? Like, come on. Like, it's just like it's a little ridiculous.
It's because you're a weak non-god killing doodad at that point, right?
I guess. I guess.
I'm
Maybe.
just fucking around, bro.
Maybe.
I'm
No,
just
no. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's what it is. We're not conquerors yet of the Atlas. So anyway, so I beat that, and then I finally get to maps. and I think I did maybe 50 maps. I got the tier 10 maps, and I couldn't stomach it anymore. I could not stomach it anymore. I I try to
Oh,
get Alex into it. I try to get Alex into it because he finally was like, oh, I want to try it. I want to try it. And in the moment he tried it, he was just bitching the entire time. Um,
I did you a favor, and when I tried maps, I didn't even tell you
it was just like, uh,
because that's what I would have been doing too. Because I wasn't gonna go through the campaign. I got on to test a couple maps on my monk. Monk is still fucking ridiculously overpowered. That hasn't
the
changed.
yeah the ice whatever procking all that bullshit
Yeah,
that's still there. That has not changed.
that's still like the best build in the game.
Yeah. They different. They have different variations of that. Different variations of that proc and
Mm,
conjunction to a lightning as well. But it's still the go-to metas.
yeah,
Um, the which is kind of sad, but it is what it is. Um, then I went over to try to do like my first tower, and I started instantly running into that problem where I couldn't find any towers. And I'm like, T10 maps. I should at least see one in the vicinity, right? Nothing. And I just found myself doing maps. It didn't feel. I think the problem that they have with the Atlas right now is that if they want to feel like, oh, it's like endless, right? But Path in general is an endless game. Don't make me feel like I'm not making any progress. And the end game right now feels like you're making zero progress. No matter how many maps you do, it never feels like you're making any progress. The map that you get exposed just gives you more work because you got to scroll more. The more maps you do, you have to just scroll for longer. Keep clicking, keep clicking, keep clicking. Oh, then you finally get to the area where you're at. Now
I
they've added some like bookmarks and they added some quality of life stuff, but it's not enough. It's just it doesn't feel like you're making tangible progress that you can see on the atlas like oh for like the one in path one you can kind of see the maps you've done, this is how much you have left, blah 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 blah, you have that. There's a goal in mind even though it for some places it's a little bit unattainable because of play speed, knowledge, and all that stuff, but it's there, you see it. You saying something?
I was about to say I was noticing that the same group of friends that I was playing PoE one with were kind of deciding to shift over to PoE two. Only three of them decided to go over to PoE two, but within that time that they were over there, they broke the end game and they all quit because they couldn't get through a map.
What do you mean through a map?
At the high point of where you're getting to the point of PoE, hard juicing and shit, the game kept crashing. They couldn't get through a map,
Okay. I did
and like
experience
when
that
I
some so I did experience some of that, not crashing. My computer seized several
damn,
times.
yeah,
And
you saying your computer seized? That's
I don't
fucking actually
and I
crazy.
don't know what it is. I can't
And you weren't
understand.
doing crazy maps either.
Yeah, I can understand. At first I thought it was because I'm on my Steam Deck. And sometimes when I play campaign mode, I'm on my Steam Deck. And I can understand if I'm trying to juice a map on Steam Deck, it would kind of like, hey bro, like calm the fuck down. So I get it. But oh, I was like, ah, let me go on my computer to try this shit out. Nah, bro. My computer even was like, bro, what the fuck is this shit going on here? Like the Abyssal shit plus Beyond. It was just like, bro, like, what the fuck is happening here? And then I would then explode 100 fucking grenades on the screen, and the whole shit was just like, and it fucking recover. So yeah,
Damn.
it would I went grenade build on the Merc, which is basically just stacking as much projectiles, which then throw grenades, and those grenades explode more than once, and it's just like fucking just the entire screen. Um, fun build. Not I don't know if it's very practical for, as far as being a fast mapper, but it was fun. Um, the so there's that. So then I quit. I'm like, all right, I'm done. I gave it enough. I posted a fuck ton of short clips. So if you want to check them out, go onto our YouTube channel. I posted a fuck ton of short clips of some of the stuff that I was doing. Um, a week, maybe two, maybe a month passes, and this I'm sorry, I'm about to curse. This motherfucker, Jonathan Rogers, comes on as the egomaniac that I believe that he is. Almost like he's on a like fucking celebrating this decision of his. And goes, "Alright guys, we've made a decision. No more towers. We're changing it up." Like a month, almost like halfway through, after all the players pretty much at this point quit. The only people who are playing are people who are either just insanely juicing or just on a whole nother level. He just comes and says this, and it feels like he's taking a victory lap in this decision. Like, I don't know if you saw the I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna share you with you the uh the thumbnail of what he posted. And I'm sure everyone who's on this channel have seen it. You have to click it though. You have to click it because you won't see it in that preview. Um, let me share it real quick for anyone who is not. Sorry guys. Give me a second. Can I? Boom. Right. Why is it not? Hold on. Sorry. Wow. Where is it? Oh, there. No, that's not it. I just had it, guys. Sorry. Down. Yep, right there. For some reason, it's not. Hmm. Sorry, right there. Boom. All right. So, you see the thumbnail?
It gave me a steam powered thing.
Yeah, click it. Just click the Steam Power thing, and then it'll
I
open
did.
up.
I went to the website and I'm not seeing anything but the Path of Exile 2 thing.
Yeah, so you see Jonathan Rogers with thumb up.
Nope.
Huh? That's right. Because when I click it, it does open it. Open up Steam. It opens up the post. Let me see if I give you the.
Did you give me the wrong post?
No. I gave you the right one. Pretty sure I gave you the right one. I'll give you the Steam link. The YouTube link. Sorry. And then maybe that will do it. Let me see. Yep, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
So then he posted this shit, and I don't know why, but seeing him in this position got me so fucking mad. It got me so mad because it's like you, it feels like he must be talking in a mirror and say, "You're doing a great job, buddy." Like I feel like he's going through like self coaching classes or something, like to have positive aspirations of his involvement in this, and it's just like the reason why I'm so angry is because I feel like he's fucking killing my favorite game. Like he's just so sucking the fucking game out of my desire to play it. And maybe it's not fair. Maybe I'm being irrational. Maybe I'm being a hater. Whatever. But
You're being a boomer.
yeah, maybe that. Maybe that. Maybe I'm getting old. But it's like seeing him like almost take a victory lap of saying, "Oh, we're making this decision. We're getting rid of towers and tablets. Now the tablets are gonna work like scarabs, but not really, because they're not really scarabs." And it's just like, what the fuck?
Dude,
Who's coming
I
back to play this game now? Who's at this juncture? Who's gonna come back to play this? Is this your last ditch effort to try to salvage the league? I don't understand. Why not say this? And in the video and in the link, the scripture itself, he says it. We was gonna wait for the next league, but we felt like this was too important to wait, and we want to bring it out now. I
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know. Like, should we thank you for it? I don't know. What are you looking for? Like, are you looking for because this was a problem last league, and you didn't do anything about it, and now here you are with the same problem. People are complaining about it, and then now you decide, okay, maybe we should do something about it. Like, I don't understand. I really don't understand. Just because you take the towers out does not make the game feel any better. The towers are just a symptom of the bigger problem of what Path 2 has. That it has, I feel like it has a split personality of it trying to be two different games at the same time and trying to like do an unholy matrimony between two different games.
It's just D4, bro.
I'm willing to say at this point it's worse. I'm willing to
I believe it.
I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to say that. I'm willing to I have never played D4. I've never played D4. I've only seen it videos here and there. But I'm willing to say that I will probably have more fun playing D4 than playing D2 again. I mean D2. Sorry. Playing Path 2. And
Probably.
that hurts my soul. No pun intended. Because they both deal with souls. Like, that hurts my soul to admit that and to be, and it saddens me to even say that. Damn, like, when we started this podcast, we were at I think the highest peak of Path Exile's development. And we saw nothing but fucking blue skies and opportunity and fucking rosy fields. And now it's just like, what the fuck is happening? And I can't help it but to think that Jonathan Rogers is at the center of all this shit.
I believe it. It's I'll say it again. I miss Chris Wilson. I I feel like there's a lot of soul behind that, behind his, or a lot of soul behind the passion that he had. I don't feel that way about Jonathan. It's half like, I know this is like a silly thing to fucking say, but sometimes I really fucking feel like he doesn't play his own fucking video game. Like, because if he did, you'd realize that it feels like trash.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not saying that you have to feel like, the thing that you did has no value or anything, because that's not my whole point. Or not even my point. My point is, like, when I play Path and I progressed throughout this league, I was, the same. There's a couple like sticking points, but for general, it felt like Path. And why is Path 1 forwarding the genre, I feel, when Path 2 isn't? And Path 2 is just a regression.
Mm-hmm.
It's just a worse
It's just,
fucking version
they're
of the
just
game.
they're just like trying to marry like a Souls-like gameplay difficulty with an RPG genre, and I don't know if those two are meant to be together. It doesn't
They
need to
can.
be this hard. It feels combat does not feel fun.
Nope.
It doesn't feel fun. Alex went in ad nauseum with this, and honestly, as a melee player, I play a lot of melee characters. I didn't feel this as much, but the more he kept complaining, the more I kept trying to defend the
Noticing it.
position, and then I eventually started noticing the same thing, where I don't need to feel like I need to dodge 4 or 5 things just to get one hit in. And
Yeah.
every time he went to a boss fight, he would tell me I have to dodge like for 2 3 minutes straight just to be able to then get the opportunity to get one hit in, then resume my dodging regiment because
Yep.
I can't sit there and get hit because I get murdered because I don't have layers of defense at this early Act 1 boss or Act 2 boss, right? So what are my options? Everything is AoE. I can't like their new system of defenses isn't great enough, or you can't get it early enough for it to be like useful. Now they've made some improvements to armor. Maybe that's the way to go now. Um, I do have a correction to make. When I said towers, that I couldn't find any towers. I meant I couldn't find any citadels.
Monolith. Oh,
Citadels. Um, and then towers are what gives you the extra content around. Um, so I just had to make that correction because in my head they're both towers. They're both skyscrapers, and to me they're all towers. Like it's fucking no difference. But I couldn't find any citadels, so I couldn't really progress. Maybe I need to do more maps. Maybe I need to go higher tiers. Well, I don't know. Whatever. I thought it was contingent on them appearing on the map, not necessarily contingent on the tier map that you're doing. But I digress. Um, yeah. So all these changes and all these things came about like so late into the league, where it's like this doesn't even matter anymore, bro. No one's coming back to play this right now. No one's coming back to play it. So, either way, I'll move on because I'm going to keep harping this because it really did. It touched a nerve. It touched a nerve, and it was just like,
I can tell, bro.
no, it really
I
did
just
touch a nerve. It really, really, really did. Um, where I'm honestly thinking now at this point, I'm probably not going to play Path 2 until release because every time I give it a chance, I'm hating it more and more. And I have to
no,
keep reminding myself it's early access.
no. You see, that's the reason I refuse to play it again until release is when it goes into the normal release and all the stupid fucking memes of it's early access, stop bitching. I want all those memes to die. I wanted you to show you that the rubric that they're building this game on is faulty.
Okay.
It's not going to be fun. And when that happens, and everybody that's like really fucking pissed off with how Path 2 is developing, we see what it's developing like. We know what the fuck Path 1 is like. Path 1 made us feel and why it was such a great game. Dude, the fact of the matter is, bro, is if you want to go explosive concoction, poison concoction, you want to go kinetic blast, you want to go fucking kinetic bolt, you want to go fucking EA, you want to go ballistas, you want to fucking give yourself spell totems, you want to fucking make sure that you're running around just buffing a merc and letting him do it, and he has a headhunter and is carrying. You can literally play Path 1 in so fucking many ways. It leaves the option of choice up to you. And I feel that Path of Exile 2 does not do that. Path of Exile has a couple builds and they say pick one. It's not what I want. I want to be able to play a melee mercenary, even if I don't actually play that. The ability that would be there means that you have to kind of keep your game open enough to be able to accommodate different play styles and different things within it and different power levels. And because of that weird accommodation that Path of Exile 1 does, it doesn't feel like a grueling experience to do everything because you're sitting there and you're building your fucking little character. And it's yours, and you connect to it. You made that decision to put
They
to take Resolute Technique.
they want you to
You know,
utilize dodge so much
fuck that, dude.
that
Nah,
they've made defenses purposely not
trash.
as good. So then you're still forced, even though you're stacking 2 or 3 layers of defenses. Ultimately, the
You
best
still have
defense
to
is
dodge.
you dodging.
Yeah. Don't get hit. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's still the best defense. Don't get hit and you'll be fine. Because 9 times out of 10, like, I had life on hit. I had some of these life on hit. What I would do is my defense was it was decent, but rolling dodging into a pack. Well, actually, throwing my skill, which I had a delay on, rolling, dodging into a pack, then that gives enough time for them to like go into my grenades, letting my grenades now clear the pack. Even though I took a few hits, now I got life on hit, right? So I get my life back, and if there's anything remaining, I dodge out of the pack and then rinse and repeat. This is literally that was my tactic of my character, and it worked in every mobs I found, no matter how juiced they were, no matter because you become invulnerable as you're doing it.
Hmm.
And ultimately, I'm not getting hit, and I'm getting my life back instantly, and I'm going and I'm rolling back, and I'm rolling in, and I'm rolling out, and I'm rolling in. But it's like, what's the point of me stacking defenses then? Like, what's the point of all this? Like, it
You know what they say in Path 1? The best defense is an unstoppable offense. Kill it before it can hit you.
yeah,
But there's no movement skills to make it really easy to do that.
yeah.
It's literally it's like they're offering the same basic kind of puzzle, right? Because there are mobs in Path of Exile 1 that you can't just face tank. Like
I
there's a
get
lot of powerful that'll one shot you.
you get
But you can defend past it. All of your layers matter. You can still frost blink out of the way. I don't understand why they took movement skills out. It doesn't make any sense. Stupid.
I don't get any of that. You get 35% movement boots, right? You
Mhm.
think to yourself, wow, that's fucking crazy. 35%,
That's about the max tier on fucking PoE 1. 35.
right? You get 35% boots. It doesn't feel like shit. It doesn't feel like
You
shit.
just kind of. Mm,
It don't feel like you got boots on. Now you take them off and then you start moving like a kind of slug. Then you're like, oh, what the fuck? But
oh
it
yeah,
doesn't.
dude. Even my current mapper, I like the couple maps I did, dude. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not. I'm not. And dude, I don't even understand how this problem happens other than the maps are too big and too sparse.
So
If
that was
I
part.
go
So that was part
in,
of the update. They decreased. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 maps. They decreased their size. Now they don't tell you by what percentage. They don't tell you what the
right,
but they said it decreased it. So maybe it could be anywhere from 15 to 20% decrease on their size. So
but
again,
there's still not enough things in the map for where. Okay, so like in Path 1, right? So say you decide to go, you load into the map and you decide I'm gonna pick a direction, so you pick a direction and you go that way. No matter which direction you go, you're gonna find mobs, and then you'll find the edge of the map, and then you'll kind of walk around and kill stuff in the way, and no matter where you go, as long as you're not going to a place that you weren't, you're gonna find mobs to kill, and it'll eventually lead you either to a boss room or back towards your portal.
yeah,
That's not how PoE2 felt.
no, it's just it
PoE2
feels like a
feels like
lot of
if you.
backtracking, a lot of fucking like, oh, what's over here?
Mhm.
Nothing. What's over here? Nothing.
Mhm.
It's like
I can't do it, bro. Like, no,
the
it
the one thing that they
was
improved
boring.
on, the one thing they improved on, and I could be wrong, is that now you can see all the rares.
I don't, bro.
So now you can kind of like make it faster by like making the beeline and skipping all the trash mobs until you get to the rare, especially for lower tier maps. Okay, maybe that's, but you still gotta like,
You're also
it's a
taking a loot hit.
fucking, there's a fucking maze. There's a fucking maze to get to the fucking
Yeah.
each boss, and then they fucking move.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. I don't know, bro. If they keep the same kind of like feel to the game, I'm not. Path 2 is just not my game, dude. It
yeah,
hurts.
I
I feel it,
I
but
I,
Path
I
1
wanna
just.
I
Mm,
wanna be able to cover it. I wanna be able to like give it really its due attention. But man,
not if it's unplayable.
it's too agonizing at the moment. It's too agonizing. I don't want to play for 40 hours, so I just get to maps, bro. I don't understand why do they feel like they have. Why do you want to put players through this?
When I'll actually, I don't even know if I want to play it on release unless they put in Frostblink or Flame Dash. That's it. If those
To be
two
honest
things
with you,
aren't
bro,
in the game, I'm done.
I guarantee you, even if they implement it, it's still gonna feel shit.
But at bare minimum, that's what you need. At bare minimum.
I'd say
If you don't give that to me, then I'm not coming back to the game.
they can release fucking. They can. I need to see a 50% decrease in map size.
Or just give us more shit to kill on the way.
No, I don't want more shit to kill. I do not want more shit to kill. Because that's part of the problem that this game has. That every rare you come across is a fucking boss.
No, but I don't want a rare. I mean more shit to actually kill, not fucking rares to be hit and fucking struggle against for 20
And that's
minutes.
more
No, just
dodging that
give
you
me
have to do.
right, give me fodder. Give me magic packs. The thing that PoE 1 is good at, there's not a million fucking rares that fucking make your life a living hell. You'll have an entire map, and every now and again, you'll run into one of those maps that has one of those fucking rares that's just like, I'm not dying. You better run away from me. And you listen, or you die. I can live with it. It's in the game I play.
Well, no, this
But
time
if
you
you're
can't do that
telling
with
me,
Path 2 because they want you to kill it in order to progress the map.
oh yeah, they want you to kill it and progress the map, and they're all faster than you.
All of them. And
So
Path
you're
2
literally
Path
followed
2 is
around
even
for half the
worse
map.
when it comes to like unkillable mobs.
Yeah, it is way
Path
worse.
2
Yeah.
is some of the mods you get, and they Abyssal made it a little worse, right? Because some of the Abyssal modifiers are pretty fucking wonky,
Mhm.
and yeah, it's yeah. I'll end on this note. My negative rant. I'll end it here. Aesthetically, I love the direction they're taking Abyssal. The facelift that they gave Abyssal League, I'm with it. I'm with it. They went more the necromancer direction, more bones, more like undead, like lich undead thematic. And so it because of that, it has a more personalized feel to it than just it being green content.
Yeah.
So I like the direction that they're going in with it. The modifiers are cool as fuck. Some of the crafting that enabled is cool as fuck. I think Abyssal League really was the crafting league for a lot. Like the shit you can make with Abyssal crafting modifiers and then the omens and all that shit that they had, um, really gave room for a lot of crazy crafts, which is I would love to see that for Path 1. Um, maybe not the same way implemented, obviously, but something similar to that facelift. Because I do think that Abyssal needs a facelift for Path 1. It's pretty dated, in its inception, and it breaks a lot for some reason.
Because
So
it spawns a whole bunch of shit.
yeah, and and the way it was implemented in Path 2 still spawns a lot of shit, but it has a certain personality to it where it's like, oh shit, it's about to go down, right? Because it covers a larger area, and you start seeing the ground break open and the fucking zombies come up and shit like
Yeah,
that.
I'm not gonna lie to you. That just sounds like
Like
even
lag.
less frame.
Yeah. That sounds like lag, yeah. So
I'm
this is my
good.
next point.
You leave that the fuck out of path. I already can't see the ground, dude. Don't.
That brings to my next point though. That has break the fucking game. Because all this beautiful graphics, you combine all this shit, and it doesn't go away in endgame. It doesn't fucking go away. It's still there. And you can't turn it down, you can't turn it off. So the game is trying to process all this beautiful goodness on top of other beautiful goodness and on top of other fucking graphical shit. And it's just like, I don't know what the fuck to do here. This is
Yep.
just, at this point, you need a quantum computer to run this bullshit.
Like I don't need them to add many more visual effects to fucking path other than distinct fucking colors of skills. Like I've already gotten used to the fact that I can't see most of the time, and I've already gotten used to the fact that my defense against that is either kill it faster or make it kill me less. I don't. I'm cool. Like
You,
I
sir,
don't.
are the true blind monk in this world. He's like, I am great, but I see nothing.
I see fucking nothing. There ain't shit happening on my screen other than just weird warbling effect. Like you were telling me when we were playing, you're just like I feel like I'm underwater. Like
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the Kinetic Blast tends to do that. It makes us feel like you're just playing underwater because the whole screen wobbles the entire time. And especially like me, I don't play with sound, so I don't hear the. All I hear is like all I see is and then I start entering. My brain starts like inserting my own soundtrack to it. So all I'm hearing is like wah, 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 wah. So yeah.
I started playing with the sound a little bit after I completed the build because one of my friends I was playing with was just like, dude, your build sounds like a fucking machine gun, and I was like, I've actually never listened to my build, and then I was just like, oh shit, it does. It's fucking awesome.
Yeah, because then the faster you do it, then you hear the after effects of.
Fucking love it, bro. It's hilarious.
Because I
Like
played the Kinetic Blast and then I played Sparker probably is my favorite so far. So far, because even though it pollutes the entire screen and it gets get a little laggy, it doesn't hurt your eyes. It's just a lot of shit running. It just feels like static. Like it's like, oh look, I'm about to do Static Man. Like just. So that's why I like Sparker. Probably one of my favorite builds so far I've ever done.
I think I know you might not like me here to say this, but I think I'm gonna be going cast on crit.
You again, dog.
Frost.
Okay, I believe you.
Because well, at least until I see the new skills.
The amount of times I've had you say that of like, oh,
And I've
cast on
done it
crit.
twice. You're acting like I've never made the build. I just fucking want to
Yeah,
keep
but
making
after
the
like
build because
three
it's fun.
rerolls,
Yeah, but I still make it.
yeah, but that slows you down significantly, bro.
No, it doesn't. Speeds
Meanwhile,
it
I be in
up.
fucking yellow maps, red maps, waiting for your goofy ass. You're like, I'm there because one, there's always some life shit happening on League launch for you. So
Always, bro.
you're always like 3 days, 4 days late.
It's just like fuck, man. I
And
can't.
then you
Every
didn't
league
have to
launch,
re-roll
like...
4 characters. So at that point, I'm bored and lonely. I stopped playing, and then you want to start playing hardcore now, and I'm like, fucking, bro. It's already out of my system already. Fuck, man. I already did like so. Yeah. Anyway. Yes. So
All right.
that's
I
when I
don't.
hear you
Well,
say that, I'm like, okay.
it's just like there's a reason I want to do it, right? There's a reason I want to do it. I want to do it because it's a layered defense with a crazy offense. Because frozen things can't hit you, which makes mapping a lot fucking easier.
Yeah,
But
but
I
I
keep
don't.
seeing
Do
shit
you?
that's just like pulls me in, bro.
You? I don't. Can you? Do you feel like a computer can sustain that though? You
It did
did
it
big it.
before.
Okay. Fair enough.
I've made the build before, and that was before a lot of my upgrades. I do know that for like 6-man partying, it's gonna
Not
be
enough.
it's gonna be interesting. I don't know what's gonna happen, but I do know that kinetic blast is like I understand why my computer's having an issue with kinetic blast,
Okay.
especially when like it was my friend playing kinetic blast, and I'm like my computer's reacting to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way worse
I
when
I
your computer's reacting.
I'll keep my fingers crossed. I'm not gonna bitch and moan and beg. But I do hope I will get an opportunity to join that 6 man. At least
I got you.
to get a taste of it and
Honestly,
partake.
if you had still been playing at the time where I found this 6-man, you would have been invited into the 6-man because we were always recruiting people from TFT to fill spots.
Mm.
Like,
No, I want to get to that level. I want to
yeah.
just as a bragging right of like um and being able to say, oh, I've reached that pinnacle. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be like a nice way of adding stripes to my achievement and path. So, um, although
I
it's
feel
like a
good about that.
no lifer kind of fucking
Yeah. It's like because like when I talk about it, I'm like I have a little bit of pride in it too. Yeah.
Oh,
I
only
get you.
another no lifer would understand even remotely what
Yep.
the fuck I'm talking about here. But yeah, so but yeah, anyway. There was something
Buttons.
else that I wanted to fucking bring up. I'm trying to. Oh, next league.
Duh.
The most important part of the highlight. I left it
But
for
I've been
last.
talking about it. I have been talking about next league, so
Yeah, I
I've been
mean,
trying
yeah,
to
whatever.
segue you into it, but you just kept ignoring me.
It's fucking hating on goddamn path too.
hating my choices. No, you're just hating on Cyclone fucking Ross. Oh, you're gonna do it. Oh, okay, all right, bro.
Every
Calling me out for no reason. I'm
I'm
sorry.
not
I
calling
am
you out.
indecisive.
I'm not calling you out. I'm stating facts that every time you've said I'm gonna go on cast on crit, you end up going like lightning arrow, then it fucking just fails, and you try to then redo Bama, and then that just doesn't work, and then it takes you about a week and a half to get your shit together before you realize that, okay, I'm gonna go this, and then you start fucking going ham as fuck.
Well, okay. So this is what ends up happening, right? So like, I wanted to go cast on crit. Lightning arrow can do cast on crit, especially with like Trinity support. The thing I ran into is I couldn't either afford the bow I need to really get it going to where I'm not sitting there only like with like 1 or 2 casts per like 4 autos. And it's like I can't craft it because I just was I'm just not that deep pocketed. And it's just it's rough. And then it's just like, all right, well, what can I do that will, and it's just like, well, what can I do that will still work right now but just requires a reroll. And usually that ends up going to Bama because Bama will end up succeeding fucking anywhere. Like Bama's just dumb. And it was fine because I was on, it made sense at the time, but I run into that early wall of trying to get cast on crit to scale because I keep trying to do it too early. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna start either explosive concoction or poison concoction, and I'm gonna fucking transition to cast on crit cyclone later.
Okay.
But it'll
I
be
feel like you've done
with
this
the same
too.
ascendancy. I have, but this is the way I did it successfully. This is how I did it. Because luckily, if I get to a good point in Peaconk, I can just sit there and stay at a point where I get Fury Valve and just farm. Like, because it'll just farm. That's the thing. It'll be able to farm till T16s with like very little gear investment. I remember that about Peaconk. Very good. It was a very good build. So that's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna go Peaconk with as a Trickster Ascendancy, and then swap it to the cast on crit with the trigger bots because I still love the concept of trigger bots. That's why, bro. That's literally what it is. It's because I want to keep making use of trigger bots, and I never find an excuse to. It's never the right ascendancy.
All I know is that I'm doing a black boy meme of like, all right, and with his hand on his chest, like, what? All right, all right. We'll see.
Now I'm gonna sit here and turn my all of my eyes off to every piece of like gear like reveal when PoE comes out. Just literally just go into
All I know is that I've been living the same dream for the past 5 leagues now.
Yeah, but you end up losing time. I didn't make you have a baby.
I mean, for someone who has 5,000 hours in Path 1,
5,500.
motherfucker, get your shit together week 1. Like, I expect you to get your shit together. Do not fucking make me wait 2-3 weeks before you finally say, "Oh, I got to build now." Bitch, like I for the last couple of leagues, I've gone straight fucking Orbot from day one, which is one of the hardest things to fucking do, especially when you don't have
Not
a duo.
anymore. Get out of here. Get out of here. You have a mercenary now.
Again, especially when you don't have a duo. I said Mercenary does help a little bit, but even that is not all the way the best. But
Only because you didn't invest in it more. And I know that sounds like
it's
I'm
not
being
easy, no,
dismissive.
because I can't kill them. I can't kill them. I have to
No,
like
no, no,
rely on
no.
someone
You
else to
just
kill them for me.
right. But you only need to find one, right?
Yeah, I need to
So
find a carry that willing to kill that one. Like,
right, but that's what TFT's for.
fine, but still, the point is that it's still not the
And
easiest.
not to mention, mercs were killing me at that time too.
Yeah, I know because you didn't get your shit together. Like this again, I preface is that you're not Alex. You're not even Alex is maybe I even I can't even give him the excuse. But you're not a new player that has 1,000 hours or fucking 1,000 hours is a new player. Look at me. You're not a new player where I can like, oh yeah, it's gonna take you 3 or 4 weeks to get your shit. Bro, you need to be locked the fuck in. And
Bro, how am I supposed to do that when I'm 3 days late every league?
I can overlook the 3 days if by the
Bro,
fourth day
it's
you are
never the
good.
3 days. Bro, it's never the 3 days. Because the first 3 days that I miss out, I'm behind on the economy. I have no fucking money. I'm under level. Like, well, I'm sorry.
But
I'm sorry, life
it's
punches me
just
in the
the
dick.
fucking your build decisions, bro. It's just like fucking. It's like you choose the wrong times to experiment. Like you choose the wrong fucking times. Like, bro, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna fucking like drink Coke and Pepsi at the same time, see what the fuck happens. You saying, and I'm saying to myself like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? It's like, cause bro, it's gonna be the most epic shit, epic of epics. And I'm saying this to myself like, all right, just do it, bro. Just hurry up and do it. Get it out your
I
system so we can actually get fucking going.
I need to be able to figure out what is a build that is like viable for league start that scales really well early. That's not something that I found boring playing the first time. Which is really hard. I'm sorry. That's really difficult for me.
I mean,
Because yes,
I
if
can agree. I can agree with you. I mean, Orabot is not the most fun
I
build
could have,
to.
yeah, I feel you. Like I could have just like gone something that we've gone before that I know fucking carries into the late game. But then I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, that actually kind of took more currency than I'm giving it credit for because I did re-roll into that. I feel like I have to re-roll into whatever I go into late game instead of having a build that just transitions into late game. I have a build that is like, all right, cool. It got you to maps, and then it sucks. And then it's like, but if you give me 50 div, I don't know how to tell.
I don't know. I don't know
really
how
don't
much.
know how to
I don't
tell.
know how much cash I bankrolled you this league, but it was a fucking. It was a lot.
It was a lot,
It
and
was a
then it
lot.
worked out though.
No,
It
I'm
works
not.
out after.
I never complained about. I never complain about that process. I never do. I never do. But motherfucker, I keep tabs. I keep a tab. Like that you're on
You
your 80th div by
did you
now, bro. Like
see?
get your shit
Wait, hold up.
together.
Did you see that helm that I got you and told you that if you ever came back, I would give you?
Yes, yes, yes.
That was a mirror, by the way.
Again, I don't complain about it. What the point is, I still keep a tally.
Yeah, and you're now 900. No, sorry,
And I'm
1,730 div
like,
down.
and I also keep like a record of how long it takes you. And it's just like, motherfucker, like
Fair.
you 80 divs in, we're like week 4. Like, come on,
So
son. Like this is come on. I want to, like,
I don't
it's.
want to fall into the trap of only knowing one specific thing about the game. I always experiment because I'm constantly like, I think my knowledge of this will help me make that work. And
Yeah.
then halfway
Well,
through, I'm like, apparently not. And
it's my selfish understanding that I am on borrowed time. So part of that process is knowing like fuck bro, like if we can get this ball rolling, by the time we get to that point where I don't need to be on for 8 hours, I can just get on an hour or two, we get those 10 maps or whatever in, and I'm good. I know I can get on to do that. The faster I can get to that point, the easier it is for me to schedule, right? And I think that's part of the reason why I put this like imaginary timeline on you, because it's imaginary. It's totally based on a selfish notion that I know I'm on borrowed time at times, on borrowed time during leagues. So it is that selfish part of me. So I will admit to that. Um,
It's like, just know I'm trying, and the reason I'm experimenting is because I think the experiment will result in faster fucking Switch. I'm wrong. I
oh,
can't
so
help it if I'm
much.
wrong. I
Oh,
can't help it
so
if
many
I'm
times.
wrong,
Have
bro.
have
I
you?
really can't.
I think you said it a month or two ago. Did you pass the threshold of
Which threshold?
hours? Of hours? I feel like
I'm at 5,548.
okay. So maybe yeah, maybe you said that you finally reached 5,000. And then you added an extra 100 or whatever this league. I think I recall you saying something along some like, oh, I finally passed this amount of hours. And I think because Alex responded like, wait, what the fuck? You've played for 5,000 hours?
Yeah, and then I told him the specific. And oh yeah, because I 5,500 was my I think I was at like 3K hours, and I was like, I think by 5,500 hours I'll be good. And then I kind of like left that goal out by the wayside and just like kept playing the game, sporadically. And then
Mhm.
when Alex brought that up, I was like, oh shit, I passed that point, and I still don't feel like I'm actually good.
Yeah, it's crazy. Um, league launch. We don't know nothing. Nothing has been announced other than the dates. October 31st. And the reveal is going to be October 23rd, which, as of this recording, where you're recording this on the 7th and the 8th, late night, it's roughly 2 weeks from now. Um, bingo sheets. Basically, give me two things that you would want, one thing you would hate.
Okay. Oh shit, dude. Side note, I know what we're farming next league though. I already know. We're gonna
Give
be
a free
farming
task.
Simulacrum.
Assuming they don't nerf it.
Simulacrum. They probably won't. Hopefully.
What, for voices?
Yep.
Okay.
Because if one of us is an Orabot, voices are going to be like 100% needed for us to get to the next level. And if we farm, like, so this is my point, right? So if we farm just and get lucky, and we find a one passive voice, and you need that one passive voice, we don't do that. Instead, we replace the five passive voices that you have with some three passives and sell the one passive. It'll be a way of getting something that is really hard and expensive to buy, hopefully, and be able to turn it into like more pieces. And then once we have like a whole bunch of threes, then we can swap to ones, and hopefully
Prac-
by then have some money.
Very practical. I can't say I disagree. So
Yeah.
I'm
Like,
always
and they're not like super common, but they're not uncommon. They're farmable.
fair
I
enough.
think that's actually one of the only ways to really guarantee you get one, because of the fact that they're so expensive, is by farming it. And we could either do it, and if we do that, it narrows down the kind of build I need. Because the good thing about simulacrums is it's a relatively small area. I just need something that can cover two screens. Like, and once I get to that point, we're good. And then once I get to the tanky point where I can live through Kosis, at wave 15, it just literally just becomes watch movies on the side while we do simulacrums.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll figure out what the fuck the league is first.
Yeah, I'm hoping that it's not going to be. I'm hoping that it's going to be something that isn't like mapping, which is weird. Like, you remember how Toto was essentially? How like you had like an external thing to do?
Hmm.
I'm hoping it's gonna be something like that, where we'll be able to get like some of like the invitations or whatever the fuck, like tickets to do the thingy via the simulacrum as well, so we can benefit from both. Not Garrett, not holding my breath for that, because even now it's really hard to get gold while doing simulacrums. So
Yeah, that's a whole TFC um invent fucking what's it called? Sub way of making money now.
Niche.
It's like a fucking I don't even know
Yeah,
what to
and
call it.
it's good. It's a really good niche strategy to make a bunch of currency if you know how to do it and your build is capable of doing it. Like you can shit, dude. I was looking at runs where you're picking up like 7 to 900k gold per run. Shit's fucking stupid. It's like god damn.
Yeah, I towards the back end, I was making so that was crazy. I made a lot of fucking money that Exhaust League, and I felt enough that I got bored, and I made a miner, and I even dropped like 20, 30 divs into the miner just to see as a concept of it, like could this be viable? Could I do this on a regular day one? Um, and I could start seeing a potentiality of farming gold with it because of that's what its intention was for, is to farm gold with it.
Yeah,
Um,
just a quick
but
mapper, something that blasts
yeah, it's
screens.
just like one, it just poof, everything just dies. Survivability was a little sketchy, but
Oh yeah,
I think it,
miners have their survivability is not being near the damage.
yeah. But other than that, it is what it is. So three things you want to see, one thing you don't want to see for next league.
New skills, new support gems. I want Mercs to go core, and I don't want them to nerf simulacrums.
Okay.
So I
Um,
really hope Mercs go core. Mercs are I want another league with Mercs.
so I will add, since you already have the Mercs Go core, I will add this to yours. I want no changes to Mercs, no rebalancing.
There's no way they keep Mercs as is.
They're
I
gonna
couldn't I
rebat.
couldn't
I
even
don't
ask,
want them
bro.
to rebalance it and then nerf them to the point where they're no fucking useful.
I'm gonna be real, dog. They're gonna get nerfed, and I'm pretty sure as long as you don't gut them, they're gonna be strong enough. As long as you don't start adding arbitrary, like as long as equipping them is still roughly the same, they're busted, bro. Most of their power never comes from them. It comes from the combination of gear that you give them, and it's just you could. There are just some just disgusting fucking combos out there, dude. I
Okay.
will. There's one of my homies made like he has an aura bot that literally just made a merc that he would link to that had a headhunter and was that used kinetic blast. He literally had a pocket knee, wasn't as strong, but he had a headhunter on it, and eventually, like that motherfucker's just eating shit. It's just like, oh my god, like it's that's another character, bro. Like, yeah, they're strong. They're strong as fuck. They're ridiculously strong. And as the league went on and people experimented with them more, oh my god, bro.
This is another one of mine, which is comes from Path 2, and this is silly. But if I complete the campaign and if I log out of my hideout, can I log back into my hideout? Can you stop?
Oh my god,
Can
please.
we stop
Thank
spawning and
you.
fucking? Like, why are we doing that? Like, that seems like a fucking
Oh.
no-brainer. Like, why the fuck do we have that yet? Like, I don't.
Or, give us the option of where to spawn.
Yeah, like I'd be fine with that too. Like, I just
Like, fuck, dude. I'm
that's
late game. I'm only late game. Stop making me fucking click my shit to go back to my hideout. My hideout is literally
not only
my
that.
hideout. Why would I not be there?
You lag a little bit trying to log in, and there's a fucking thousand people in the screen. Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's
Also,
real
sometimes if I
fucking.
make a mistake and go like to Act One, and I come back in,
And then there's like a dude. I don't know how many times I'll log in and everybody's FPX is fucking me up,
that's it.
and
It's,
it's just making my game take a million years to load. Yeah, I feel you. Feel you.
so that's my two. My third one is probably going to be if I had to limit myself, it would probably be maybe revamping an older one of the older league contents. to the point where they just become more juicier. So now I don't want
Give Harvest power back.
I don't want a new league content. Ironically enough, I can do with a expansion, kind of like what Soda did. I could deal with that, but I don't want to like I don't want to deal with like a new breach, or a new type of like
Currency to pick
mechanism
up.
in currency. I guess maybe maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm retarded because we haven't had a new league content in almost 3 months.
Soda added fucking crafting options.
Memories, yeah, they had
Yeah,
memories,
memory strands.
and we
I think that was a great ad.
I don't know. So maybe I'm thinking like, so instead of it just adding a new one, leave the memory alone. Let us still learn that process, but then maybe revamp the older version of maybe Delve. Maybe,
I think Ben. No, is it Ben? I can't remember the guy that goes into Delve, but I don't know if he'd like that.
I don't know. Just give
I'm
some love.
joking. I
Give
agree though. Give
give
some
some
love.
love to one of the older ones. Make them juicy. Make them
Honestly,
maybe
you
Salamacrons.
know,
Maybe
you
juice
know,
Salamacrons.
yo, that would actually be pretty nice. You know what else I wouldn't mind them juicing? Expedition.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. Like juice something that
Lean,
already exists. Expand on it. Like make it bigger. Make it worth. Bro,
make.
maybe we should do this instead. Maybe we need to visit Blight.
I can't.
No, I know. I'm not. I know, but I'm saying like maybe like we need to visit one of the older ones because they
No,
just make
no, no. I
them.
hear you, but like the whole blight map thing, my PC. If you make another blight map, right, or another blight type, and you don't make it to where it is like for instance like the blight ravaged maps can't run on my PC, then you're literally just adding content I can't see.
The
Because blight consistently is the only mechanic I literally cannot do any of its end game. Blight crashes my PC every time. On really high end blights, it'll crash, and on Blight Ravage, it'll crash like a minute in. I don't know what it is, bro. You got to do something to where I can run that shit. I'd love to play Blight. I think Blight's a really cool fucking mechanic. I can't run it. Anything above T13, I can barely run. Can't do it.
the honorable mention, the honorable mention that I will probably put here is that consider don't you don't have to do this, GGG. You don't have to do this, but at least consider a death log. Like consider it, especially for new players. They're trying to figure out why am I dying. Um, I think that might be useful for them. So that's just an honorable mention. The one thing I don't want to see is them.
You mean a damage log?
Yeah, like a damage log, like a
You said dev
summary,
log.
a def log. Like,
No, I heard dev. Sorry.
oh no, not a
Like a
def,
developer.
Like
I
you
was thinking you were
died.
talking like a developer vlog. I was like, that's why I was real quiet. I was like,
No.
okay.
Def
Death
summary.
recap.
Yeah, def recap.
Yeah.
Um, what I don't want to see is like a delayed league. Now, I don't think we're gonna get that. I don't think we're gonna get that. But I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. Like so far, they're on track. So they've never faltered before, especially when they've made the announcement of the announcement of the announcement. And so far, they're on track on on all three announcements. So we shall see in 2 weeks, and hopefully everything goes well, and league launches on 29th, and then we all smooth sailing from there.
We all have a
But
happy Halloween.
yeah, pretty much. Yeah, guess I'm not celebrating Halloween this year. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much mine. Um, I know they're gonna nerf marks. I know they're gonna nerf marks. I hope they don't.
They have to.
I
They
hope
have to.
they don't nerf them to the point where, because they're aggressive with the nerf hammer.
Yeah.
They're very aggressive with it. And oftentimes when they're that aggressive with it, they don't usually go the opposite direction. It's rare that they will go back in the other opposite direction because it admits that they're wrong and stuff like that. So I don't know. I'd rather them just have a very soft touch to them. Just modify, like give them some, attention, but not fucking to the point where you just nuke them from outer space and then they're no longer useful.
They're
Or
so good.
the money, the amount of money that it takes to really make them viable outweighs even trying. Because the reason I think one of the reasons why they're so good is because they're both helpful for late game players, but they're also helpful for new game players.
Yep, just having something
It's
there to give you a buff
right.
or
It's
something there
hard to
to help fill in.
imagine now how hard it is to make something that's both viable and helpful for both ends, both extremes of the map. And that's why they're so broken both in early but also late league because they are broken. But
Yeah, they're really
if you
good.
make them less broken, then they're not going to be really helpful in the early leagues for new
Well,
players.
I think you just adjust if anything that you do, you just adjust their late game scaling. I because but then
Yeah.
there's certain things like I honestly that's why I'm saying, bro, they have to get like they're gonna get touched, bro. And the reason they're gonna get touched is because I don't see how
Oh,
you
they not
nerf
yet.
them in a way
Not yet.
that is light.
No,
I don't see how you can lightly
they
nerf them
they went banana. It got banana crazy. So I
because
know
they
they
are
can.
strong.
Yeah. I know they're gonna
Like,
get touched. I know they are. I'm just hope that that's more of a gentle uh
I don't
massaging.
even think so, bro. Like it's one of those things where like imagine, right? There you see a dude that's like, "All right, man, I need you to remove a centimeter off this fucking brick wall." And you're like, "Okay." And then he's just like, "But do it with a light touch." Like, like,
Don't take the
the-
sledgehammer, bro. Just don't take the
yeah,
sledgehammer, bro. Just here, take the
like, dude,
chisel. Take the
they are
chisel.
thick.
Here's a toothpick. Just fucking just have at it. Um, the honorable mention. I mean, I don't think this needs to be said, but I'm gonna assume that they're gonna bring auction house.
Async, async over.
Yeah, I'm just gonna assume that they're gonna bring it over. It would be shocking if they didn't bring it over.
It'd be neat. I'm like I don't know, dude. I'm 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I can see why people want it. I can see where it'll be helpful. I also kind of don't mind the current trade, even though I know some people really do mind the current trade. I'm just kind of like I don't mind both sides. I really kind of like the fact that you have to go to someone else's hideout and interact with like someone else's shit.
But you do that
And
in
not
async.
you have to go to someone else's hideout to buy it?
Yeah,
Oh. I didn't
yeah,
buy
yeah,
any of
yeah,
it.
yeah. So you search for the item, right? You search for the item.
Uh-huh.
You're like, all right, I want this mage blood, and it says, all right. You go buy, right? So instead of
Mhm.
buying, it opens up a portal. You walk through the portal and you go into their shit, their place. And
Okay.
when you go in,
Yeah.
you see the bitch. The bitch goes, "Hey, what's up?" Opens up the window, and then you look through their shit, and it highlights it. Boom, mage blood, right? You be like, all right, boom, there's my mage blood. Boom, boom. All right, costs 5 div, right? Obviously, it doesn't cost 5 div, but this is 5 div. Boom. As you're doing that, though, you also see everything else they got for sale,
Oh, I like that.
like a farmer's market.
Yeah.
So you're looking at, all right, I didn't need
Of that,
scarabs,
but
but now you got scarabs here. They're just sitting here for 1 a pop. Let me grab that too. So it like you're creating now more opportunities for trade, and now this guy doesn't have to be online. This is completely
no,
accessible to offline.
I'll give that to you.
Um, and then once you're done trading, and you're done, right? And you close it out. Guess what? You just it teleports you back to your hideout.
Okay, I could dig it. That's
It's great. It's
that's a little bit better than I thought it would be. Because my thing is like I like seeing other people's hideouts. Well, other than you fucking random ass gooners, guys, fucking chill out with the fucking with the gooning. What the fuck
what
is
the
the
fuck's
internet
a
becoming
gooning? I guess I'm
today?
a boomer right now. I don't know
Oh
what the fuck that is.
yeah, Have you ever gone to trade with someone and they have the anime girl bent over and the portal's like on it, like that kind of shit? It's just
Oh,
gooners.
and the crotch. Yes. Okay. Okay.
It's
That's
just
one of
like,
my
come on, guys. Like
favorites. God
seriously,
damn it.
is it really, bro?
Okay.
Like,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
damn.
In my defense, it's not about the anime girl. It's not about the crotch. It's more the fact that wow, someone drew this because there's a few different versions of that. Of not just the anime girl, but there's like the one with the Jonathan Rogers one. There's a few one that they
But
just
that's
people are
but that's not what
drawing.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about specifically the anime gooners. Guys, chill the fuck out. It's pixels. If you're sitting there jacking off to your hideout, you have a problem. Go seek help. Like straight the fuck up. I don't know why it bugs me on this level because it does. This is an actual like bug me kind of thing. Like it's just like why, bro? There's porn fucking everywhere
For free. For it has
for
been
fucking.
for the last 20 years.
Like, are we all really sitting here
I
trying to
think
fucking look at titties at any
except for
possible chance we
Texas,
get?
apparently.
What?
I think Texas you have to like. It could be wrong. Maybe it's not Texas. I think one of them
I
is like.
watched porn while I was in Texas.
Okay, so it's not Texas. It's one of the states that you have to put in your ID.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
you gotta put your like you have to like
Either
literally
way,
put your
chill out.
license and all that shit.
Either way, chill out on the gooning. It's just too fucking much, man.
I learned a new
It's
word
it's
today. Goonie.
it's 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 actually just like cringe. It's cringe. It's just gross. It's just like why.
Alright.
But yeah, that's that. But yeah, no, like I like going to other people's hideouts and seeing like really cool decorations. That's why I like hideoutshowcase.com. Like it's just you go and you look at it and you get to see what all the other fucking peoples have fucking made and put up there. It's really cool. I like seeing people's creativity. I agree with you. Having custom hideouts is like the goal. And I like seeing really complex or really good ones. Like but if like asynchronous trade just didn't have that, then I don't know. That would kill a part of the game for me. But no, being that you go to their hideout, that's awesome. Yeah, cool. Bring it.
Yeah, I think it's a great middle.
Middle ground.
I was gonna say middle ground, but I think I may be thinking of a different phrase. Like it's a great
Compromise.
implementation, a compromise of like combining the two feature of like you still go into the hideout, it's still static, it's still a little kiosk, but you're also not doing like the MMO version of a kiosk where you run into like you got to go to a certain area of the town circle,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's 1,000 people in the kiosk setup,
Mm-hmm.
and you have to click through. That was my fear when it came to when they were talking about asynchronous trading. I was like,
Right.
oh no. I just thought back to my MMO days of like, oh no, I do not like the sound of this. But then I interacted with it and I was like, oh wait, this is so much better. Oh
Well,
gosh.
I always figured that what like the way I figured that they would do it is probably like partially the way they do it, where it's just like you have like an NPC that you give the shit that you want to sell, you give it the price, and then when people are looking, like you know, opening another window, you search the thing, and then they would just buy it and put it in your inventory. I am glad that that's not how that is.
It's half like that.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. Like I'm glad that they added more to the pack. Like you go to their hideout, you get to see the little stuff, you get to see their other items. Like I think that's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's a great implementation. I really hope that they can implement that in path in a really good way that doesn't lose me a whole bunch of divs because you guys fucked up.
Yeah, and then I do believe there was ways, and I didn't dig too much into this, but there's ways to I categorize yourself as a seller. So let's assume that this league I want to specialize in selling Abyss, not Abyss, sorry.
Simulacrum stuff, voices.
Yeah, voices, whatever, right? And let's assume that you're the one person that's selling 100 voices at any moment, right? People doesn't don't have to they don't have to go on trade to find you. They could just add you and just go straight to your kiosk.
Oh, that's cool.
Like there was I didn't dig too much into this because I didn't feel the need to do that, but I did find myself being able to just visit one dude even anytime he wasn't online, just go in and be able to see what he had up for sale because he had a similar build to me, so he typically would sell his old shit. and I find myself buying some of his old bows every single time. So at one
Nice.
point, I just added him, and I would like every day or two just go to see what he had for sale, and I would be able to like get his old boots, his old shit. Is like so I was able to do that. So it does lend to that opportunity. Now I don't know if that's an intended feature. I don't know if that's going to be something that's part of Path One, but it is a
I hope so. That is more personal than what the current trading we have.
yeah, because it,
That's
it create
awesome.
you create an identity, and you
Hmm.
if you name your character voice seller, like
People will know.
yeah, like people will, you can't will know, and you just put a few ads on fucking trade and be like, hey, listen, I'm a voice trader, but add me for voices, and that's it. Or you go on TFT and do that shit, like you know what I mean? Like it does add a depth of personalization to the trade that I didn't think it existed before, and I think some people really, 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 really love the trade aspect of Path, like their
I
economy majors and shit.
I just wanted to vent about this. I'm sorry. I just thought about this because you just said the voice seller. I was like, oh yeah, that's cool because you specialize in something, which means like if I farm simulacrums, I'll always have voices and megalomaniacs. Okay, if you are a newer player, every now and again, go on the trade site and look up something called a megalomaniac jewel. It is like a cluster jewel with 3 notables on it that are random notables. Some of them can be like really useful for your build, and they're really RNG. There's some of them you'll find that have like no common theme and don't fit with nothing, and sometimes you'll find a perfect one that has like everything is for like ES or some shit, right? I don't think there's enough people that know about these to really sell the good ones. Only experienced players look for them.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, let me look up boots, and if I put in like just really good movement speed, I'll find a good set. Like these are like niche of niche because they're cluster jewels, which are kind of niche as is, and then they're unique cluster jewels that roll hella RNG, and sometimes you can find like a one that's perfect for your build for like a div. But because I have so many of them that don't sell, I have literally like a fucking full and a half stash tab of fucking megalomaniacs that are like semi good for sale that never sell because no one buys them.
Hmm.
Only like couple thousand hour plus people fucking buy those gems because no one else knows.
Yeah.
It's
It's
just
it's
so
it's, it's sometimes hard to like again if there's only a certain percentage of players actually get into maps, and of those percentage players, only a smaller percentage of players have to get to end game, which is T16s. You're dealing with the same 1,000 people.
Yeah, could someone make a build guide with megalomaniacs, please? So that the people find it popular and the price of megalomaniacs kind of
I'm
fluctuates
pretty
a
sure they
little,
exist. I'm pretty sure it just doesn't percentage of players that can actually get to that point where they rather they can put in a megalomaniac in, but not have to worry about their weapon, for example.
But a megalomaniac is just 3 fucking free notables, guys. Buy my megalos.
Maybe.
Stop trying to convince him not to buy my megalomaniacs.
I'm just trying to explain the reality of things, Mister 5,000 hours.
Hey, look at megalomaniacs are a very useful thing even for early builds.
Well, at least you'll have a place to dump them to see people come in and like, the best, you can put them all
Yeah,
at
see if I
5
actually sell
chaos.
them. Yeah, and just sell them all. Like I don't
So,
mind selling them
so I'm like
because especially like
the what you call it, the what you call those the quarter thing that you get like a little toy from in the supermarkets.
yeah, yeah.
It'd be like
I
that.
don't know what those are called. The little
I
dispensers.
I don't know what it's called either. It's just you put in a quarter and you and then fucking a little ball comes out with a toy. They still have those, by the way, in some of the
Yep,
areas.
call it a loot box.
Yeah, the OG gambling loot box.
All
Wow,
right.
wow, man, we've been
Well,
conditioned to gamble. Jesus Christ, I just realized that was a gambling machine.
yeah.
Wow, wow. Damn. All right, I mean, let's end
more
on that
more
note.
shit made sense.
It all makes sense now. God damn it. Drop a like, drop a button, drop a button,
Drop a
smash a
comment.
button. Catch us in the next one. We'll drop a comment if you want us to cover anything specific about Endgame, transitioning into any part of the game from maps to Endgame to juicing, or from campaign to end game to mapping, all that stuff. If anything you stuck on, you want us to cover it, feel free from now to release. Otherwise, we'll be waiting for more information and more content release next 2 weeks. So catch you guys then. Any last words?
Bye.
All right. See ya.